I look good. No. Hey.
You look good too in it.
Nah, you look good though.
What are you talking about, man?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Expert. What the f?
Yeah, yeah. You lost me with that one, family.
Nowadays, critical thinking is not as critical as you would think. Just the concept of Tinder doesn't even really make sense to me. Meeting a human being that could murder me, potentially. I don't know them from a bag of rice. I'm not gonna meet you. Who are you? Not gonna prolong the video, not gonna prolong this intro. Let's just speed along. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video and keep the love going. We need as much support as we can get. It's your boy Expert. Y'all know the drill. I need everybody to get back, nigga. Get back!
And as your brother's so ears, the bitch is the first of the month.
Alright.
Getting ready to leave a bar. They had just met a few hours ago, but already they're about to head back to his place. On the outside, everything seemed to be going perfectly well. So well, in fact, that soon after they could be seen heading to a nearby hotel and up to Jesse's hotel room shortly after. Nobody could have
Let's go ahead and stop. Hey, look. Not gonna be too many stops in this, I promise. We just met a couple hours ago. Love, why? What are we doing? He can't have that much riz. He ain't Duke Dennis. Wait.
Got him. We fucking got
him. That this was the last time Grace would ever be seen alive.
Dang, Grace.
The next day happened to be her birthday, and nobody was able to reach her all day, and the same was true even days after. It was like she disappeared off the face of the earth. Her friends and family quickly reported her missing, but to no avail. Meanwhile, Jesse was recorded on CCTV out and about, going up and down the elevator, carrying cleaning supplies,
and this dude
unfazed. A suitcase with...
And welcome back to this.
Before I touch on the case, I almost be getting YouTube, bro. I'd be this close to getting YouTube red, bro. The ad, bro, I'll be knee deep in the video, and then the ad pops up. It's just like
suitcase with contents that would shock everyone to the core. And what's even worse, the killer had another date lined up. And if the cops don't intervene and arrest him quickly, this girl, as well as countless others, could fall victim to this very same.
Bro, I want how many victims he got. How many victims he got? That's what I want to know.
Tell me what happened last
And from the beginning?
Yeah. At 5:37 p.m. on December 1st, 2018, Grace, who just finished a backpacking journey from England to New Zealand, leaves her hostel to meet Jesse. Meanwhile, Jesse is having pre-date drinks at a local bar, downing several beers before the date begins. In fact, as he leaves the bar, you can still see at least 4 empty bottles sitting
to the head.
They meet in a popular spot where there's plenty of people, making Grace feel safe while she meets her date for the first time. But this will be a false sense
he
of
even
security,
walked weird. Like he
Jesse
walked.
has no plans to try anything untoward in public. He's going to wait until they're alone. Suspecting nothing, Grace accompanies Jesse to a bar where they drink together for over an hour before they head for a Mexican bar at 7:15 for more.
Grace, rest in peace, Gracie. First, rest in peace, priest. Gracie, how did you drink with this man for an hour and you didn't get no kind of nothing? I don't know. I just bro. I got a good radar detector, bro. Anybody that's moving weird near me, you blink near me the wrong way, I know you want to do something to me. I just feel like he even walks like he hugged her like this, like he was like restricted with shoulders, and it's just like, bro, like even something as simple as the way somebody moves, that's enough to deter me. Like, I'm good, bro.
And yet another bar named Bluestone Room around 8:30 p.m. This will be where Jesse tries his luck and sees if he can get a little closer to Grace. At 8:54, they share their first kiss. This is when Jesse takes a trip to the bathroom and where Grace sends her very last message to anyone, telling her friends that it's going amazingly well and that she just clicks with him so well. She's probably excited to spend the night with a man that she genuinely likes. She could have had no idea that instead, he was about to end her life in one of the most horrific ways possible.
Is this an actual
The
call?
next morning, Grace's phone starts to receive a ton of
Because I know
messages.
these cases be
It's her
kind of...
birthday, and there are plenty of friends who want to send
Man,
her
she
their
got
best
killed
wishes.
on her
Each
birthday?
and every one of these messages goes unanswered. The first sign that something is wrong is at 8 a.m. when Jesse enters the very same elevator, this time on his own, throwing the camera a suspicious glance. If you think he's just getting the birthday girl a morning coffee...
Bruh, tell me this right, hold on, let me move my hair. Tell me this right here ain't just, I killed somebody. Bruh, like...
Then think again. During that night, Jesse killed Grace by strangulation, and now he's going to try and do everything he can to cover up his crime, and he needs to do it quickly, because he's already got another potential victim lined up. By 8:07 a.m., Jesse is in town and about to start the most
about to
eerie
chop
shopping trip
her up
possible.
and put her
He
in
starts
this
at the
bag,
warehouse
man.
on Elliott Street, where he buys a suitcase that he plans to hide Grace's body in. He checks out the width and depth of the suitcase to make sure it'll fit her, so he can dispose of her body before anyone can catch him. Then, 25 minutes later, he makes his way to another store, where he buys a number of cleaning products that will be used
like
to
he's
clean
just
up the
picking
murder
up like
scene.
some groceries
Then
for
he
the day.
returns to his
This is
apartment
what's
for a
so
number of
scary. You
hours,
don't know what people
reappearing
doing,
at
bro.
10:42 a.m. before he jumps in a taxi and Apex Car Rental, where he rents a car. But it's what he does next that's truly shocking, and puts pressure on the cops to discover and solve his murder as quickly as possible. As Grace's body lies in the apartment, Jesse goes on a date with another girl he met on Tinder. Given that he has all the equipment ready to hide one body, it's speculated that he planned this to be his second victim of the day. As he arrives at the bar, Jesse is wearing exactly the same clothing that he wore the night before, possibly the same clothes that he wore when he...
You a serial killer and your butt stink.
Hell no.
The least you could do, put on some new clothes. You murdered a girl and you put the same fit on that you murdered her in. I'm telling you, bro.
Grace. We are not sure whether Kempson was as pushy in his initial messages to this girl, but what we do know is that the conversation he struck up with her during the date not only brought up some major red flags, it downright terrified her. Allegedly, he wanted to talk to her about where to hide a dead body from the police. Right away, the date is over, and this girl's...
A 3% IRA
Oh my
match
God.
with Robin.
It's hard to imagine the horror that she would have felt when she learned the truth about the man she just walked away from, certain that he likely had the same fate lined up for her as he did with Grace. At 8:56 p.m., we can see Jesse carrying a piece of equipment back to his apartment. More precisely, it's a carpet cleaner.
This
And he's
girl
going to try and
standing
use
next
that
to a
carpet
serial
cleaner to try
killer.
and remove any trace of Grace's presence at his apartment. He's even got 2 bottles of cleaner in his hand, making sure he's got enough to get the job done. 30 minutes later, and we're greeted with the product of all his hard work. He's about to try and hide the body. He reappears in the elevator with a trolley carrying several luggage bags, one of which is the suitcase that he'd bought earlier that morning. It's way too heavy to carry, as inside is Grace's dead body. Of course, he can't walk through the streets with this amount of baggage, which is exactly why he hired the rental car. Minutes later, he's loading the rental car with all of the baggage, ready to make the next move in his attempt to cover up this murder, hiding the body in a place he thinks no one will find it. The next morning at 7 a.m., Jesse buys a shovel and heads back to his apartment, where he collects some clothing to take to the dry cleaners, destroying more potential evidence of his crime. But he's not done there.
I think the biggest thing to me with this whole case is like, well, it's a lot of things. First, you don't know what people like. You could just be going driving, doing your day-to-day routine, seeing somebody at the gas station, whatever, and they could really just be them straight murk the person, like took a human life, cutting the body up, and you know.
Stops off at a random trash can, tossing a large trash bag inside. Then Jesse takes his rental car for a deep clean, paying particular attention to the rear of the vehicle, where he had stashed the suitcase containing Grace's body. And with that, his work was done. For the next 2 days, Grace's family and friends go through turmoil. Nobody has heard from her. She hasn't posted on any social media, and she isn't answering either of her 2 phones. Her family report her missing to Auckland police on December 5th. Grace's father, David, even flies to Auckland and makes a heartfelt appeal for his daughter's safe return.
Grace has been missing for several days. And as a family, we've been extremely concerned for her
Oh,
well.
my goodness.
Did you kill Grace Mullane? Okay. And you're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand? Yep.
Bro, rest in peace. Why do I keep saying rest in peace, Gracie? This video should go to show that don't meet everybody you see online. It is just not always gonna end well. That is just not smart. It doesn't really bode well for you. It doesn't really. There is nowhere to go. And then you get chopped up. Just a lame nobody, and he took your life, and that sucks, man. Rest in peace, Gracie. But I hope you guys like this video. Hit that thumbs up button. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
All that mattered was if Jesse killed her or not. It was that simple. Jesse maintained his innocence, but was eventually found guilty, and on February 21st, 2020, he was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. After his trial, 2 more women came forward and claimed Jesse had sexually assaulted them after they met him on Tinder. He was found guilty on those charges as well, adding another 11 years to life added to his sentence.